Hi, my name's Mariana Lalic, and I'm a student at Touro College Graduate School of Education. This video is one of my assignments in learning how to do a lesson plan for class SPED 602 with Professor Levy. The lesson plan is called Feelings and Emotions. The subject of this lesson is communication. The grade levels it is appropriate for are pre-kindergarten to kindergarten. The materials we will be using in this lesson plan are a facial expression chart, flashcards, paper plates, markers, wooden sticks, group emotion worksheets, pictures of appropriate and inappropriate feeling expression, and a chart of acceptable sympathy phrases. This is a lesson that focuses on emotional development that will teach students about identifying and expressing their feelings and emotions. We will go over the meaning of each emotion, learn how to identify our own emotions, and learn how to express these emotions to others in an appropriate manner. During the process, the students will also learn how to identify each other's emotions and accept that based on certain situations, it is okay to have a wide range of feelings. The lesson will target any students in the class that may have emotional or behavioral disorders. It will assist them in controlling the negative behaviors they currently use to express their feelings. The New York State Common Core standard that this lesson applies to is Social and Emotional Development, Domain 2, Emotional Expression. The outcome of this lesson would be that students would be able to identify and express their own feelings, have the ability to read other people's emotions, accept that they have a wide range of emotions, and build a vocabulary in order to express these feelings. By learning the acceptable ways to express feelings, they will become aware of any unacceptable strategies they have been using in the past and work to eliminate them. Lastly, the students will also learn how to show respect and sympathy to the feelings of their peers. The language and communication related to the lesson would be feelings, emotions, expression, sympathy, and respect. The target vocabulary for the students in the classroom would be happy, sad, angry, sleepy, worried, surprised, scared, and excited. This vocabulary consists of the most commonly used emotions by children. Prior learning. The students may have encountered related content in their homes, daycares, or preschools. They may have in the past used body language, gestures, and facial expressions to express their feelings without knowingly doing so. How they use to express their feelings will lay the foundation for learning how to express them in the future by becoming aware of these emotions and knowingly being able to control them. I will begin the lesson plan by engaging the class in a discussion with the statement, "Tell me about how you show your feelings." While encouraging students to participate in the discussion, I will use the answers to this statement to gauge their current knowledge of the topic at hand. In order to clearly define this lesson plan to the students, the focus purpose statement I will be using is, what we are going to learn about today are your feelings and your emotions. We are going to complete several activities today to learn how to better understand our many different types of feelings that we experience on a daily basis. We will also learn how to know what our classmates are feeling. The first part of the lesson involves teaching the feelings vocabulary. Using the facial expression chart that I will be giving to each student, I will teach the meaning of each facial expression while demonstrating the expressions myself. This is an example of a facial expressions chart that I would use for part 1 of the lesson. As you can see, it contains each of the emotions that are listed on the vocabulary that need to be learned by the students. Part 2 of the lesson involves using emotion flashcards that I will show to the class and have them guess which emotion is being represented on each card. These feelings flashcards are a perfect example of what I would use during this lesson. It is by Planet Color by Todd Parr. The third part of the lesson involves the students working in pairs. Each student will receive a blank paper plate, a wooden stick, and a marker. They will be asked to draw a facial expression that represents an emotion on the plate. The next step would be for each student to guess each other's emotions. These next images are a perfect example of what the paper plates would look like as the students draw their emotions and have each other guess which ones they are. The next part of the lesson involves the students working collaboratively in groups. I will be handing out a particular emotion worksheet to each group. They will collectively think of 6 examples of when they feel such an emotion. They will then share their results with the rest of the class. These are 2 examples of the group emotion worksheets that I will be handing out to the students. As you can see, there are 6 boxes on each sheet where the student can either write in an example of when they feel such an emotion, or they can draw a picture representing it. Part 5 of the lesson involves teaching the students the difference between appropriate and inappropriate emotion. I will be providing examples to the students of each and asking them which one they feel is appropriate or inappropriate, and the way they would respond is by giving me either a thumbs up or a thumbs down. This first clip is an example of inappropriate behavior to show the emotion anger. The person is using aggressive behaviors to show how he feels. This next clip shows an appropriate way to show anger, how students can talk to each other when they are angry in order to resolve any issues they may be experiencing. Using this approach, there is no need to be aggressive. By having the students show me a thumbs up and a thumbs down to represent appropriate and inappropriate behavior, it is not only having them participate in a fun way, but it is a great way for me to gauge whether or not they are understanding the concept. The last part of the lesson involves me teaching the students how to show sympathy to other people's emotions. What I will do is give examples of phrases that can be used to express sympathy. Examples are, I appreciate how you feel. I can understand your frustration. You've been patient, thank you. I hear your anxiety. I see how this could be confusing to you. Each of these phrases provide a basis for how we can express sympathy. After reviewing these examples with the students, I can ask them to come up with an example on their own. I would also have the students role play with each other. In order to accommodate any particular need certain students may have, any portion of this lesson plan can be adjusted to fit their needs. As an example, if a student cannot draw on the paper plate, myself or another teaching professional in the classroom can assist them. This way, we can make sure that all students take part in the full lesson and no one feels like they are excluded. The goal is to have a fully inclusive classroom regardless of any disabilities students may have. When concluding this lesson plan, I would ask the students if they have any questions regarding the lesson. If they do have questions, I would do my best to make sure I answer each and every one of them. Following the questions, I would encourage them to show their emotions in a positive and appropriate way in the future.